Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video like up. When Calls the Heart first brought Brooke Shields into its cozy world, viewers instantly fell in love with her warmth and her aura of grounded wisdom. She had portrayed Helen Bouchard, Nathan Grant's strong-willed mother, a character whose arrival in Season 8 added new depth to Nathan's story and stirred meaningful dynamics with Elizabeth and the rest of Hope Valley. Helen was that rare combination of refinement and compassion, a woman who had seen life's battles and carried herself with grace through each one. Her scenes with Kevin McGarry Nathan were especially powerful, showing not only the deep love of a mother for her son, but also the complexities of understanding a man who lives between duty and heart. For Brooke, Helen wasn't just a part, she was a window into a world of emotion she hadn't explored in years. In a recent interview, she confessed that returning to Hallmark's most beloved frontier drama was like stepping back into a family you missed, but realizing they've changed and so have you. That's what made it difficult. Brooke has always been candid about the emotional side of her career. She's not afraid to admit when a role challenges her on a personal level. For her, Helen's story carried weight because it reflected her own experiences with motherhood, loss, and reinvention. In the earlier seasons, Helen's protective yet sometimes stern nature toward Nathan mirrored Brooke's own maternal instincts. She understood the fears of a parent watching their child take on dangerous duties, much like Nathan's role as a Mountie. Brooke once shared that every time she looked into Kevin McGarry's eyes during emotional scenes, she wasn't just acting, she was feeling. Now, as she returns for When Calls the Heart Season 13, those same feelings have evolved. Time has passed, not only for the characters but for the actress herself. Brooke revealed that revisiting Helen brought a mix of nostalgia and melancholy. It's like reading an old letter from someone you once loved, she said. You smile, but you also ache. In Season 13, Helen's return to Hope Valley isn't simply a cameo. According to Inside Buzz, her comeback is woven into one of the most emotional arcs of the year, an arc that will test both her relationship with Nathan and the fragile peace that now surrounds Hope Valley. Nathan's love story with Elizabeth has finally found its rhythm after years of longing and hesitation. And just when it seemed their hearts were safe, Helen's arrival threatens to stir old wounds. Brooke hinted that Helen's reappearance will be complicated, suggesting that her character carries secrets or perhaps regrets that could alter the future Nathan and Elizabeth are trying to build together. It's not about drama for the sake of drama, Brooke explained. It's about facing the past, forgiveness, and realizing how love evolves when people do. Her words reveal a maturity in storytelling that When Calls the Heart has always thrived on. This show at its core isn't about explosions or flashy twists, it's about human emotion, the quiet struggles that define life, and the resilience of hope. And in Brooke Shields, Hallmark found the perfect vessel to channel that depth. When Brooke walked onto the When Calls the Heart set again in early 2025, she was met with thunderous applause from the crew. But she admitted that the moment brought tears to her eyes. It was like walking into a memory that had been waiting for me, she said softly. Every face, every corner of the set, it was familiar, but it also felt like something had shifted. Maybe it was me, Kev McGarry, who plays Nathan, reportedly gave her a long hug and whispered, "Welcome home." Brooke later said that moment almost broke her composure because it summed up exactly what she felt. She was home, yet homes are never quite the same once time has passed. The emotional weight of Helen's story isn't the only reason. Her return feels difficult. Brooke confessed that filming in Hope Valley's remote and picturesque landscape brought back bittersweet memories of her own life transitions. During her initial run on the show, Brooke was balancing her personal life, motherhood, and a growing desire to focus on meaningful, heartfelt projects. When Calls the Heart had come into her life at a time when she was seeking purpose beyond fame, a story about values, love, and simplicity. Coming back now, she's doing so from a place of deeper understanding but also loss. She recently went through a period of reflection after health challenges and the changing landscape of Hollywood. In her words, this time, it wasn't just about playing Helen, it was about reconnecting with a part of me that Helen helped me find. That's what makes her return feel emotionally heavy, not sad, but profound. Brooke also opened up about how much she's grown to appreciate the When Calls the Heart community. She described Hardys as some of the most loyal, genuine fans in the world, noting that their love for the show reminded her why she fell in love with storytelling in the first place, yet she admitted that stepping back into such a beloved universe carries pressure. You don't want to let anyone down, she said. You want to honor what they remember, but also show that people change, that love changes. Her conversations with Aaron Krakow, Elizabeth reportedly touched on that same theme. Aaron, who has carried this series on her shoulders for over a decade, told Brooke that her return felt like a full-circle moment. The two actresses share a quiet, sisterly bond, one built on mutual respect and emotional intelligence. Behind the scenes, their reunion was warm and real, Aaron reportedly surprised Brooke with a small bouquet and a handwritten note that read, "Welcome home to Hope Valley. We've missed your light." Brooke later shared that she kept that note in her script binder for every shoot day for fans. Helen Bouchard's return brings many questions, and Brooke's emotional comments have only fueled the intrigue. What's bringing Helen back to town? Is it joy, guilt, or perhaps unfinished business with her son? While the show's producers are keeping plot details under wraps, whispers from the set suggest that Helen may be facing a personal crisis. Her once proud confidence might now be tested by circumstances that challenge her very identity. Brooke hinted, this time Helen isn't the one giving advice, she's the one searching for it. That vulnerability, she explained, is both refreshing and daunting to play. Helen always seemed to have the answers, Brooke said. But now she's realizing that life doesn't always stay neat. There's beauty in imperfection, and that's where her story lives now. It's this emotional transparency that's made Brooke's portrayal so magnetic. She doesn't play Helen as a Hallmark archetype, she plays her as a woman with a beating heart, capable of mistakes, forgiveness, and transformation. As filming progressed, Brooke found herself reconnecting with familiar rhythms, the quiet mornings on set, the laughter between takes, the magic of Hallmark's crew turning a corner of Vancouver into 1910's Hope Valley. But she also confessed that some moments were harder than she expected. There were days when I'd finish a scene and have to take a walk alone. Shared. It wasn't sadness exactly, it was just reflection. You realize that stories like these remind you of your own life, your own relationships, your own choices. In one scene, reportedly set in the church, Helen is seen lighting a candle in silence, a moment meant to symbolize peace and remembrance. Brooke said that shooting it left her aching in the best way. It was a moment of quiet power, a reminder of how loss and love can coexist in the same breath. One of the most touching aspects of Brooke's return is how her presence has reignited the heart of When Calls the Heart's family theme. In recent years, as the show's romantic arcs grew more intense, some fans missed the simpler, faith-based heart that originally defined it. Helen's storyline promises to bridge those eras, the old and the new. Her return reportedly stirs new reflection for Elizabeth, who now faces the reality of what forever means in love. Nathan, caught between the present and the past, must learn to balance loyalty with independence. And Helen, who once guided her son through duty, must now let him lead himself through love. It's poetic symmetry, a generational story of letting go. Brooke sees that too. It's about trust, she explained. Trusting that your children, your loved ones, your community, they'll be okay even without your constant protection. Sometimes the hardest kind of love is the one that lets go. Beyond the show, Brooke Shields' real-life reflections mirror Helen's. She has spoken about embracing change in her 50s and 60s, learning to value growth, to find joy in unexpected seasons, and to face fears with honesty. This stage of my life is about authenticity, she said. I don't want to pretend. I don't want to hide behind a perfect image. I want to be present, flawed, human, real. That's why this role feels harder now. I can't fake it. I have to feel it. Her emotional candor has only deepened fans' admiration. Many have taken to social media to express gratitude for Brooke's willingness to be vulnerable, calling her the soul of Hope Valley's new chapter. As season 13 unfolds, Helen's journey will intertwine with several returning and new characters. Rumor has it that her reappearance will also reconnect her with an unexpected figure from her past. Perhaps an old flame or a friend she once left behind? Brooke, of course, refuses to confirm or deny, laughing. I've learned not to spoil the good stuff. But she did admit that Helen's storyline C